And we are ready to begin. And we're so pleased you're here, and we've waited for you your entire lives. Now, today is the day that you've waited for. Because, see, eventually you accept yourself. That is all that you've wanted in your life. And nothing is happening accidentally in your life or in the world. And we have given you that information. But today we thought we would reveal it because there are energetic changes happening today that could benefit you all if you understood what was occurring. And we've given you all of that information. Now, we know that it's really challenging for you to believe that we could have given you everything to navigate this time, which we have called your restructuring, but we have. And we have our messenger prove it to you because the only thing that happens is that you have disbelief. We have said each of you comes into the world with something wonderful within you that needs to be nurtured and developed and just to blossom, and it does so at the perfect time. And that perfect time is when the energies of your world change, and they're changing again now. Now, it's not accidental, the events that are occurring in your world, and we've given you all of the information to show you how to navigate through these difficult, challenging times because there's a lot of energy. But when you do it, you heal. And we've given you a messenger who can demonstrate it to you, but he was hiding out. And this is why we had to bring him out today because he hides so much, and it's much easier for him to do this and say it to you all when he is speaking through us. And we want you to understand that because you have different levels of intelligence, of consciousness that you can each reach. Now, we know that's challenging, and you think things are happening accidentally, and they are not. Now, what we've done in the last several days is we had to reveal to our messenger, because we want each of you to understand this, nothing is happening accidentally. Now, he has done something that no other human has done, so that's made it challenging for him. He's downloaded a complete philosophy that could transform your life and your world. The only difficulty is you wouldn't believe that, and we've had him prove it now, so because you have artificial intelligence that could do things that you couldn't do before, which is what you're each meant to do, which is why you're meant to be unique, and you're meant to love yourself and do what you came to do. There's no accidents of what's occurring in your world now. And when we finally convinced our messenger to start coming through and bringing through all the information that we have given him over all of these years, well, we've actually given it to all of you. You could transform your life, heal, and transform your world. The only thing that will happen is that you will believe it's not possible, just as our messenger did. So we took him through so much in the last several weeks, and you will see it all because we had him leave little gifts for you in the descriptions of his YouTube channels to show you that everything is in alignment. We understand many of you don't believe in astrology or astronomy or any of that, but you must understand that everything is energy. Everything in your world is energy. You can't direct anything without your energy of your thoughts creating something, which is why on this date in 2008, we gave you a message speaking about your imagination, because that is what you use to create anything. And if you would like a different life in a different world, why don't you start using your imagination now? And we've given you the way to doing that. Now, you each take different roles when you come into physical form. You don't know what those are going to be. Our messenger did not know he was going to have this role, and he did not know that he had all of this information, and he did not know that it was organized in the way that it has been, and that it connects to all of you. This is why it can transform anyone's life. When we said that we even gave you a message on your birthday in 2012, if he were to meet you, and you've all seen that, but you still have doubt. We're bringing this up because that's what you're having now. You have doubt and fear. Now, the reason that you have it is that you've had a collective consciousness that has been controlled for eons. We use that term because we want you to think further back than your world right now. And so when we finally convinced our messenger to do live channeling in 2021, we had him use the message that we will share with you about money, power, love, and control. Because, see, you have convinced yourselves that money is the most powerful thing that you have. Well, you've done it with all physical things, not understanding that that doesn't mean anything, that you don't live forever, that you have a life that is based on what you do energetically. That is far more important. And so when you come into physical form, what you want to do is expand. The only way you can expand and evolve is in your consciousness. Now, but you've had centuries, eons again, of people who have used money to control your thoughts. When we first began, we said that what we wanted to do and why we were bringing this to you was to give you consciousness control, because that's the thing that you use to create your life. And that's what we've done it. And we've done it through our messenger, and we had him write it down every single day. And then the interesting thing is, it was all organized. Now, he has never studied astrology. We want you to understand this because you put limits on yourself about what is possible in your life and in your world. He has never studied astrology, yet he somehow miraculously seemed to get information from us that was completely aligned with the energetic changes in your world. And then what happened as a result of that is he kept doing it over all of the years, because there's a progression of information and intelligence that you each have. And so as he was doing it, his body started to heal. Everything about him began to heal, because we wanted to give you a demonstration of what was possible for each of you. Except you become afraid, and that's what happens. And that's why you get controlled, because you are afraid. And we gave you another message. We said the money confused you, because you will be controlled by the idea of the possessions that you have, and then you lose the sense of who you are as an individual. And then that becomes a consciousness that you continually pass on, not only to others around you now, but to future generations. So we thought maybe if we gave you a new philosophy that we called your life operating instructions, that more of you would come into ownership of who you are and love yourself and change your world, so you could get rid of some of the stuff that you're moving through now. There's no reason for you to have wars and disagreements and all of these things if you were into creating the life that you could have. And we have given you the way to do it. Now, we know you don't believe it. Our messenger didn't believe it either. And so we had to prove it to him. When we told him in 2021, this is when we revealed it to him, that he had all of this, he said no. And he spent weeks trying to doubt that it happened. And then when we told him, we gave him the birthday message, he says no. And then he was afraid to try it with each of you. And then it worked. The reason we're saying this is that we want each of you to know that you are intricately connected to the universe. You are not born accidentally. You're not inadequate. You're not none of those things. You've just been taught something else. And what we have given you is a new way of thinking and being. And if more of you were to embody it, not only would you have these wonderful lives and heal whatever was going on from your individual trauma, generational trauma that's coming up now, but you would help create the new world, because you are creating the new earth now, and this is what we have given you. But we wanted to tell you today because, see, what happens also is that you all hold back. Our messenger has done it as well. And when you hold back from the energy of accepting who you are, which we said eventually you accept yourself, but when you hold back, you cut off everything. You cut off the flow of abundance, and this is why you allow others, the rich folks, the billionaires, and all of those, to continue to control your consciousness. And we've given you something else, but our messenger would not charge enough money. We've talked about this often. We've even shown some of the older sessions that we had with you several years ago, because we wanted you to know what was occurring. Because you have so much worth and love within you that if you use that, you could have changed everything by now. And we've said that before as well, but it takes a while, because you usually don't change until you become afraid. And now, as you're seeing all the things happening in your world, especially in the United States, where you're afraid of losing everything, now maybe you'll change. But we've told you that also. We told you many, many years ago. But we're saying this again because we want you to understand how your human minds work. They don't change right away. You don't accept things, and you try to hold on to what was old, and that keeps you in fear. And then there are others who are taking advantage of that because they know that you're in fear and you won't move and nothing changes in your world, in your society. And we've given you a way to change all of it. And the wonderful thing about it is when you decide to change it, you become happy, you become joyful, and you put out love into the world. And this is what we have given you. And then you can't come away with any judgment. This is why our being is healed. This is why at this age, he is going in the opposite direction of many of you. And we can't convince you of that, but we are just saying it to you now because we are having him change by tomorrow, because he has to start charging more money. Years ago, they told him he should have been charging $5,000, but he couldn't do it because he just thinks he can help everyone, and you will not do that. We're saying this because we want you to understand what's happening. There's no accidents happening. Many of you have not taken the steps into owning yourselves, and then you look at your world kind of falling apart. And this is energetically, we're saying again, because it's not just in one place, it's the entire globe. And we've also said that you will move through periods, and these are all connected to the energetic changes of your planets. You move through periods in your civilization where you will make decisions. Are you going to become democracies or autocracies? You've done it over and over again. This is why we've taken you back to the ancient times. And so, but you were making that choice, and the choice is you will make. We're meaning you, the individual, and then the collective you, meaning what you all decide to put together. That's how this works. And it's all energy again. But what we've given you is a way to use the energy so that you could have this wonderful, brilliant life and that you could create the family and the life and the future that you want to have. And the only thing will happen is that you won't believe us. We just want to say that because our messenger didn't either until we've proven it all to him. And we're so grateful again for the artificial intelligence. So now all of you can see it. And there will be no reason for you to look at your lives and world down the road and say, we didn't know we could have changed it. You have no reason anymore. You have no excuse. We've given it all to you. We've exposed it. You have everything within you to create the life that you want to have. Now we're speaking to you because we know that the rest of the world will take a while. But we're speaking to you because you are here. And we want you to know that you are the most important person in your life. And now you have everything in front of you that you could use to create the life you want to have. And knowing that your life legacy is going to be valuable and meaningful, and all of you have the capability of accomplishing in that, and we have given you the tools to be able to do it. And we love you all so very much.